Hello lovelies, today I'm going to talk about staple items for a vintage inspired wardrobe. So the pieces that I'm going to show you today are, in my opinion, very good to have in your wardrobe if you're going for a 1950s or maybe even a 1940s inspired style. Especially at the beginning, when you're just starting to change into your new style, it can be a little bit difficult and you don't really know where to start and what to get first. So that is why I'm making this video. And before I'm going to start showing you the pieces, something I want to mention first is try to get all of these pieces in very neutral and basic colors like black, brown, grey, navy, or if you want to go for lighter colors, beige, cream and white are very good to go with. And especially at the beginning, it's good to have pieces that you can combine in many different ways and that you can later on combine with some brighter colors like green, red or yellow or whatever you prefer. So I'm going to start with the upper section, and the first piece that instantly comes into my mind is a white blouse. Whether it be for the 1950s or the 1940s, this is definitely a basic, a must-have in your wardrobe. Of course, you get them in many different variations, with short or long sleeves, with buttons, without buttons, with different necklines, and this is obviously completely up to your taste, but I personally would recommend you to get just a simple button-up blouse with some shorter sleeves and a rare color, and then you're good to go. The blouse that I have is from the Seamstress of Bloomsbury. Then a slash neck top. A slash neck top is kind of a pullover with a very straight neckline. Actresses like Audrey Hepburn or Marilyn Monroe used to wear it in the 1950s. They wore it with pants or with skirts, and I absolutely love this kind of style. It's very elegant, it gives you a nice shape. I have mine from Vivien of Holloway or from Top Vintage. Turtlenecks, wear them with pants, you can also pair them with skirts. It looks absolutely amazing, and you can get them with long sleeves, but you can also get them with shorter ones or even without ones for the warmer seasons. And I mean, let's be honest, turtlenecks are just absolutely timeless and they're still very fashionable today. You can get them literally everywhere. It looks just absolutely beautiful. It always gives me a very Audrey Hepburn kind of feeling. Coming to some tops that you can also wear during the warmer season. Pullovers with a high neckline and short sleeves. There are a lot of pictures on the internet of women from the 1950s wearing those short sleeve pullovers with white skirts or even pants. I think those were very popular back in the days, and I have mine from H&M. By the way, a little disclaimer, if you need shop recommendations for all of the pieces, I will put them down below into the description box, so after the video you can have a look over there and search for everything that you would like to have. And if it is very hot outside in the summertime, I can recommend you to get yourself some off-shoulder shirts. They actually have been worn back in the days. I personally have one in a white color with a very light fabric. It's from H&M, but other stores like Top Vintage or Vivien of Holloway also have some of these pieces in their range. If you pair them with a nice skirt that has a lighter fabric, you're absolutely ready to go for the summertime. A cardigan. For the summer and springtime, it is good to have if you need a little jacket, if it is a little bit fresher in the evening, and for the autumn and winter, obviously, it's a good layer to keep you warm. I always recommend you to get some with a high neckline, with long sleeves or like half long sleeves. The good thing about cardigans is that you can either wear them completely by themselves or you can also wear them with blouses or pullovers. Coming to the lower section, so this really depends on your personal taste. Some people just like to wear skirts, some people like to go for the pants. I like to wear both, starting with skirts. If you want to go for more of a 1950s look and shape, I would highly recommend you to get a nice circle or swing skirt in a neutral color, of course. And if you want to give your circle skirt a very nice and authentic shape, then try to get yourself a petticoat. This is not a must because I am not wearing it during my day-to-day life. I'm only wearing it for photo shoots or for a special occasion. So this is really up to you. I have mine from Top Vintage, but literally every vintage inspired shop offers petticoats. If you want to go for more of a 1940s look, try to go for A-line skirts, which usually have a little bit less fabric. For those of you who like it a little bit tighter and want to show their curves, a nice pencil skirt. It's very elegant and I think a very sophisticated look. Very popular in the 1940s as well as in the 1950s. You can pair it with literally every top that I mentioned before. All in all, for skirts, I would recommend you to have a look at Top Vintage, Vivien of Holloway, Collectif, the Seamstress of Bloomsbury, maybe even have a look in modern stores. If you have one nice skirt in your wardrobe, you're already very good to go. Coming to the pants, so you can either get yourself some cigarette pants with a nice high waist. These were very popular in the 1950s, worn by actresses like Audrey Hepburn or Marilyn Monroe. They are a good staple item for a more casual look. I have mine mainly from H&M. They are nice and affordable. And if you want some wider pants and if you like the 1940s style, I can recommend you to get some sailor pants or some Melena pants. There are quite a lot of names for them. But they basically have a high waistline and some wide legs. They're absolutely comfortable to wear. You can wear them during the summer but also during the winter time depending on what fabric you buy. If you have a look at Marlene Dietrich or Rita Hayworth, they wore it with blouses, many different variations, so they're definitely a good staple item to have. I get mine at Vivien of Holloway or Top Vintage. Then jackets and coats. I have a trench coat for my pants. I have a trench coat for my dresses, and then I have my winter coat. Try to look out for trench coats. They have been worn in the 40s, in the 50s, in the 60s. The ones that I have are from Collectif and Miss Candy Floss, so have a look over there. But I have to warn you, they're quite expensive. So if you want to get yourself one from a vintage inspired shop, then you have to invest a little bit. So if you don't have the money for that, have a look at secondhand shops, Etsy. Finding a good coat is usually the hardest part. It also took me quite a while to find one. So if you're struggling, don't give up. The perfect coat will come one day. Accessories. So a lot of people say that accessories are the most important and they make the outfit complete. And I do agree with that in a certain way, but I don't think that you have to wear a lot of accessories to achieve a vintage look. You can also do that with a few very simple pieces. The probably most important accessory for a vintage style is a waist belt. You can wear it with your pants or with your skirts because that will give you the silhouette, the hourglass silhouette that you're probably going for. And I have my belts actually from H&M. I always get the smallest size and then make a few more holes in it. But a few people told me that you can also try to get some children's belts if you have a very small waist. I haven't tried it myself, but maybe you should give it a go. If you want to wear a little bit of jewellery, then I think pearls are always good to go with. They're very timeless and very classic, very simple. They have been worn during a lot of decades, and you can get just some simple earrings or a nice necklace or even some bracelets, whatever your heart desires. I always like to go for a very simple look when it comes to jewellery, so I think pearls are always a good idea. If you want to give your outfit a very special touch, then get yourself some little scarves. You can either wear them around your neck or in your hair to create some different hairstyles. Just have a look at Audrey Hepburn in Roman Holiday. She had this little scarf around her neck with her white blouse. By the way, I think this outfit, the outfit that she's wearing in Roman Holiday, is actually a very good basic outfit. Just have a look at Audrey Hepburn in general and you have a good inspiration. But yeah, little scarves. Mine are made out of silk, and if you get them in some different colors, you can always give a very simple outfit a nice finishing touch, I think. Another staple item that definitely has been a big part of the 1940s and 1950s fashion are gloves. So I personally don't really wear gloves when it is warm outside. I only wear them during the winter time. But it has been very common in the 1950s to wear gloves during the spring or summertime. So if you want to be very authentic, then try to get your hands on some white gloves or some green gloves, or maybe even in other colors. They will give your outfit automatically a very 1950s feel. I have my pair of white gloves from Etsy, so they're true vintage, and they're actually from the 1960s. But it's okay, it's fine. One of my favorite accessories, especially for the autumn and winter time, are berets. With berets you can create different hairstyles, and if you get them in a few different colors, just like with the scarves, you can give your outfit a nice little touch, a little bit of color to make it look a little bit special. A lot of them are actually from H&M and Amazon. But there are also some brands like Brothers and Sisters Bids or Miss Patina who also offer some very special berets. And last but not least, shoes. I like to wear flats during my day-to-day life, and I only wear high heels on special occasions, so I can't really help you when it comes to that. But obviously it is always good to have a nice and simple pair of black pumps. They exist in many different variations and styles, and I can't really help you when it comes to shoes. I'm not really a shoe expert, but I will put some shops into the description who have a big range of vintage inspired shoes. So just have a look over there and try to find your simple black pumps. And coming to flats, which is more of my territory, so I'm trying to make it short. Ballerinas. Very Audrey Hepburn, definitely a must-have. Audrey Hepburn was one of the first people who wore it during her day-to-day life. I absolutely love them, they're absolutely comfortable and they go well with everything. Then maybe a pair of white sneakers. They are very good to have during the summertime. I like to wear them when I'm on vacation and I have to walk a lot and I need some comfortable shoes. White sneakers I think are a very good solution. And last but not least, Oxford shoes. Some of you may think that they're only good to wear for men, but I think they're also a very nice stable item for women. And they look good with pants, they also look good with skirts, and even with some nice dresses. They're absolutely comfortable, and if you add some nice little socks, it looks absolutely lovely. I have mine from Deichmann, just like most of my shoes by the way. But yeah, these are the staple items that I wanted to talk about today. I know it's still a very long list and you're probably feeling very overwhelmed now. Please don't feel forced to buy all of these things. I made it so long because everyone has a different taste. And that is why I wanted to keep in as many different items as possible, so there is something for everyone. So just try to pick out the things that you would like to wear. I just hope that I could help some of you guys, and I wish every one of you best of luck for this vintage journey. It's always nice to see other people are also interested into vintage fashion. That makes me very happy. If you enjoyed the video, obviously leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you're new here. But yeah, I wish you a wonderful rest of the day and I will hopefully see you in one of my next videos. Bye!